Hey Aries, welcome to your reading for Pisces season 2024. So before we get into your spread, I'm going to read some of the oracle cards that popped out for you from the Shadows and Light oracle deck. 4 of them came out. I'm going to read excerpts from 2 of them. 2 are fairly simple. One is the Sea Beacon Fairy. So, and fitting for Pisces season, right? It's a time of, intuition and connecting through our emotion and kind of like bodies of water. It's a very wet time of year in general, at least where I live in the Northern Hemisphere. So this card calls to think critically about where you're being guided at this time in your life. It's like this fairy in the card that came out for you is guiding you in a direction, but the card is urging you to make sure that that is the right direction for you. The other one was the Angel of Time. It says working too hard. So it cautions against working too much, and it recommends that you cut back on screen time and busyness in general and really tune into intuition. This is the season for doing that. The other 2 cards I'm going to read right now, parts of them. One is called Death and the Maiden. There's a very out of balance relationship between you and another at this time. It may be that you are death, taking too much and imposing on another, and all the while blind as the skeleton to the truth. Or it may be that you are the maiden and have no defenses against another who is draining you, claiming all the while to love you. You may have been drawn to the drama and color and entertainment of a relationship that is full of highs and lows and passion. But you are now discovering that it is tiring, draining, and lacking in respect. It's time to truthfully assess this relationship and take steps to be safer, more protected, and more respected. Do not attempt to convince death of its problems. Those real people will only draw closer, cling harder, and convince you that you have the problem, not them. You may feel fear as to what they will do once you separate from them, as they are vindictive and malicious. Freedom is worth the trial of separating. Ask yourself, is this relationship healthy for me? If the answer is no, then you must take steps to go. The last card is Shallow Grave. It says, this beautiful young woman is missing someone deeply, and she knows, perhaps for the first time, what it is to lose someone. Missing someone can be very hard. It feels like a physical ache, and our hearts can be indeed broken because we humans have the capacity to connect like no others in the universe. We love, and we love so deeply that love can continue even when the form we loved is no longer with us. If you have received this card in a reading, it's time to acknowledge just how deeply you have yearned for someone's return and how much that person's loss has affected you. That being could be a friend, a pet, or even a grandparent who has left. And missing this is so strong that it is sometimes a physical hurt. There is a deep sadness here, and it cannot be eased by denying its presence. And once this is done, you can put what's missing to rest and visit from time to time. But know that you have been truthful with yourself and that your sadness will change and be a part of your life's beauty, not its pain. Sentimentality, holding on to the past, idealizing the past, refusing, not allowing yourself to get over a breakup with a friend or a move to a new town, a faded romance, parents who have divorced, or something you are convinced that you must have back in order to be happy again. Mourning for what was and what you feel should have been. Very deep sadness, and yet this experience has been of great value. It is time to move on and to place all that to rest. Working with the element of earth is most beneficial when this card and fairy come to visit you. You may wish to plant a memory tree, something earthly and growing that changes to commemorate your lost love. As it grows and changes, you will heal, and memories will be sweet and sad without bitterness and pain. Okay. So, despite the messages of the oracle cards, you are in the energy of the Queen of Wands here. So this means you're sitting, figuratively upright in your throne as a fire sign. You're feeling energized, you're feeling passionate, you're feeling attractive, you're feeling sexual. Queen of Wands is a very sexual card. Don't be turned off by the fact that it's a queen. Both, gender's fluid in tarot, so it doesn't mean that if you're a man, that doesn't apply to you. It could be, if you are a male energy, a male person, that this energy is someone else that your life is centering around who's in that energy at this time. So it will, be different for each person. But whatever it is, this is a strong fire energy that the reading is centering around. Crowning the reading, we have the Two of Cups. So there's definitely some type of relationship that you are involved in at this time. And it looks like either you, or depending on, your gender, the person that you're involved with, most likely as a feminine, this person is very abundant, can be wealthy, can be just someone who, has the power to attract a lot of wealth into their life. If it's not that, it could be someone who is a mother figure or a mother, or it could be someone who is pregnant. So if that's the case and there's a pregnancy involved in this relationship, then congratulations, that's wonderful. However, it does look like in the subconscious position here, we have the Five of Wands, indicating that there's some conflict going on, in the relationship, but most likely in your subconscious, meaning could be conflict with yourself that is manifesting in the partnership. This can be, fighting, squabbling. It can be competition with, other people or other suitors. But it's not a very harmonious card to support that Two of Cups energy. Furthermore, the energy of your obstacle is the Seven of Swords and the Strength card. So it looks to me like there are some deceitful, sneaky energies or behaviors going on in this relationship that are either blocking the strength of the connection or making it harder for you to feel strong, Aries. I do see some focus mentally on the past. This Knight of Swords is looking back towards the recent past, and the situation with the King of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse says that there was a time in the recent past where potentially you or someone else was not working, no money was being brought in, a pause in work or maybe a period of unemployment. And there could have been some narcissistic, mentally abusive behaviors going on during that period. And it looks like with the supporting cards here, something was revealed with the Moon reversed, something that was being hidden maybe during this period of time when this was going on was came to light. And someone was revealed to be very much unstable, or even it's kind of like giving player type of sexual energy here. And it's like it was maybe revealed that someone was being, a player, or at the very least unstable, and kind of flighty and non-committal. And that there was some maybe type of new beginning, passionate new beginning. This can sometimes indicate sex. It doesn't have to be, but often it is, the Ace of Wands, especially with these other cards here. That being revealed forced somebody to make a decision and to like pick one option, that maybe they had many options at that time, but the fact that that was all revealed and came to light was kind of changed the course of that person's life. And so that was the recent past, couple month back. So now here we see you in this relationship that appears to be strong and, abundant with this Empress there, or there could be children involved or a child on the way. But yet we see a lot of kind of conflict at the subconscious level, and, in the 3D tangible level too. Like there's just, Seven of Swords isn't a great obstacle. That's a hard one to get over. So I do see a lot changing in the near future, in the next couple months. That's typically like less than 6 months. Could be, it looks like springtime to me. So we're coming up on springtime pretty quickly here. So anyway, it looks like there's going to be a huge change coming in with the Death card. So don't get scared. The Death card is just the end of something, and a new chapter always follows the end of something that is over. And it looks like it's going to bring in, whatever is being let go or ended here. And it could be a marriage or a divorce with the Four of Wands here. It could be the end of a happy home life, a happy situation, where people lived together and felt like joy. That can be the marriage card too. But with the Justice card here supporting that, it's like legally, if there is an issue tied to that situation, it looks like it will go in your favor. Justice is upright. And then with letting go of that, you're going to be bringing in this new opportunity for wealth in your life. So we don't know exactly what that will look like. It will be different for every person, but it does show me that it's whatever is coming in. And that doesn't have to be just wealth. It can be, like a new stable beginning in like a love situation too, but it would be more of a love situation where there would be finances involved, where people would be, sharing money, sharing resources. Whatever it is, it's a very stable and promising new beginning that is coming in, that's going to be stable for you. And it looks like it's going to allow you to really focus on the future and establishing wealth with a family. So there's the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles come out here in the near future. So to me, it looks like, this relationship situation could move into, the focus being on two people, to the focus of like having a family together or having a child together, or, extended family kind of being involved in the partnership as well. And it looks happy and it looks passionate. It looks, you also have the Ace of Pentacles here. So it's going to be, true Aries style. Something that's very passionate and exciting, kind of. So that looks really promising. So it kind of changes gears after the near future part of the reading, as far as the outcome and the current situation. So the current situation says that you or someone else is currently passing up an offer of love, and moving in a new direction in life. And it has caused a huge change, not a shocking change, it's like a change that maybe you knew was coming, or they knew was coming, or something that was going to happen eventually. Like, it's not a shock, but it is just a really big change of direction. But it looks to be fated. It looks to be a fateful new direction that you or this person or both of you are going in. However, it does look like one or both parties are very confused and not seeing the situation clearly, and don't have any way to resolve that confusion about the loss of really strong love with the Ace of Cups in reverse. And it looks like someone is like moving like towards focusing on their finances and their money. But, you know, with the expression on this person's face, it looks to me like it's not what they want. They maybe would rather resolve the conflict, or they would rather have the love, but they're sort of like, well, if this is the way things are going, I'll just go in that direction, and I'll just focus on my money and my finances and stability. And so in your environment, I see two different people. I see one person who is a little bit of a trickster energy. The Magician reversed is like a manipulator. You know, this can be someone who kind of dabbles in magic or the dark arts for their own advantages. This is not, you know, if that's not as common here in North America, but if that is not available to that person, if they don't have that skill set, then they're just a trickster. They're just, you know, someone that likes to like kind of get their way and get away with stuff. And it looks like they are really experiencing, well, they're very defensive with the Seven of Rods here. So this person is like kind of ready to defend themselves at a moment's notice. Can be just like slightly aggressive, but it's more like self-protective. And this person is in a period of like evaluating. They're kind of like their life is on hold right now, or whatever role they play in your life is on hold right now. They're either focusing on work. They could be, you know, working a lot at a job. Or it could be that they want to work with you. So this could be someone you work with potentially. But I did pull the Knight of Cups as the specifier card for that. So to me, it looks like they might be fronting that this is a romantic interest or this is a love situation for them, when really they're kind of like too defensive and manipulative to really let anybody in to their life. But they just have goals of building wealth with people. And they're not taking any action right now. They might be saying they're taking action towards pursuing love with you if this is a love situation and not a work situation. You know, if it's a work situation, it would be just someone that's, you know, cares about you, someone that's has emotional feelings for you. So The other person I see in your environment is a high priestess. So this is someone who is very intuitive, can indicate that they're a water sign, a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. If not, it's just someone who's kind of like psychic or intuitive, and they're not a person that talks a lot. This person, maybe just right now, is keeping very quiet and looks a little bit sort of at a loss of how to move on in their life, or how to communicate about the possibility of a reunion or a soulmate connection that they're feeling. And if they're in your environment, it probably has something to do with you, Aries. So it's like, I feel like this person would like to either move on from the connection, but they're having a very hard time doing that because it is a soulmate connection, or this person would like to communicate about the connection or the possibility of like reuniting, but they're just not a very verbal person and not, at least with this matter, not sure how to do it. So in your hopes and fears, Aries, it looks like you really do want to find balance and stability in yourself. So we got to remember that our external reality is a reflection of what we feel inside. So you may be hoping for more balance in the world around you, more stability, but that comes from within. So I feel like, if the Temperance card can also talk about substance use issues. So it could be that you are wanting to let go of substance use issues and get sober, get clean, or if that's not involved, then it just means like finding balance and finding peace, like inner peace. And it looks like your fear, or, we can read it both ways. So, or that everything I just said could be the fear. Like you're afraid of finding balance. You like highs and lows. You like chaos. That's what the Oracle card earlier spoke about. So if that were the fear, then the hope would be judgment. You would hope to like have a new beginning and kind of level up your life. And if that's the other way around, and that's the fear, the hope was temperance, finding balance, and the fear would be of moving on, letting go of the past and moving into a new era of life that, and essentially being judged by God. That's the real meaning of judgment in the tarot deck is, that moment in life where your angels, your guides, God looks down on you and says, how are they doing? Are they doing right by themselves? By, God's standards. So that could be a scary thing for you at this time. So in the outcome, I'm going to pull some messages here. It really went left. So, which isn't surprising to me with all the stuff going on in the Oracle cards and the subconscious, but with this near future, I was surprised. But it looks like there's an ending with a group of people coming in the outcome of the situation for you. With, I always say, the current trajectory you're on. That doesn't mean it's set in stone. You could change things you're doing in the present that will alter everything that comes after. But it looks like there is a kind of painful ending coming with a group of people. And this would be due to the Five of Swords. It's kind of a nasty card of someone being a bully, someone being abusive, someone being cruel with another person. So it could be that this could be you being cruel with someone, and that causes an ending with a group of people. or it could be someone else will be cruel with you, and you will have to cut off a group of people in order to rid them of your life, or rid your life of them. And it looks like someone will be walking away from an emotionally established situation where there's a lot of love and a lot of structure, and moving on with a heartbreak, but it's in reverse. So it's like moving on will help heal the heartbreak. And it looks like whoever is moving on is going to be moving on to pursue other options in love. So I'm just going to pull a few little oracle messages here about why this would have ended. So again, we get the message of working less, unplug. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. So it could be that maybe with that warning of the oracle card, that if that were to be corrected in the current moment, that might have something to do with a different outcome for this. Are there any other cards that want to come out for this outcome to specify? Nothing comes out? Okay. So it looks to me like it is going to be a spiritual lesson. You got the Mastery card, you've learned the spiritual lesson. So, you know, whatever this situation is that you're going through and will be going through, I mean, it looks to be something designed for your learning or someone else's learning. So those are the messages that I have for you, Aries. Take care and enjoy Pisces season.